Good afternoon, everybody. Nathan here. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to set up your XML sitemaps using the Yoast SEO plugin. We're going to be going over setting up your sitemap using the Yoast plugin, how to get through the site features and find your sitemap, choose what to include inside your sitemap, how to exclude from your sitemaps in Yoast, and finally submitting your sitemaps to Google Search Console for indexing of your website. So I'll just jump straight into it here. No fluff, no guff. And so if you start out here in your dashboard and you go down to Yoast SEO, go to settings, you'll see this site features on the left hand side of the screen. You're going to want to go ahead and drop down all the way down the screen to the View XML Sitemaps. If you click that, currently right now, you'll see that your sitemap for pages and posts are available. By stock setting from Yoast SEO, you're going to have a couple different options. First option you're going to have is for the categories of your blog posts to be showing inside of the sitemap, and that is what Google's going to crawl in order to get the information from your page to index it. So in this case, I have it ticked off because this is just going to be a blog site, and like a newsfeed type of site. So you can click it on and off here. Remember to always save the changes. By default, this is going to be turned on. You want to keep this one off. In certain situations, you might want to have categories, like if you have a very big blog site, and let's say you have a lot of different categories that you're covering, like you're a general niche site, and you're doing like news, politics, sports, DIYs, lifestyle, health, and you're just doing a lot of different categories. This could be a useful tool for you in order to get all those category pages indexed. And I'll explain a little bit more in detail here in a second exactly what that is. But in this case, I'm going to keep it off. The second one that you're going to be automatically set up with, and this is one I actually always try to recommend to people to turn off by default, is the authors page. So if you have more than one author or author profile on your WordPress website, then it would be a good idea to keep the authors page, the author archives in the search results. But if you only have one person, say it's a company brand name, then maybe you don't want this to actually index, because there will be no point. Google will already know there's only one brand name talking about a particular subject or a topic on your site. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and keep this turned off, and it's already turned off. So once you have the sitemap figured out based on your needs, the big thing here is we're talking about category pages, and this is what they're talking about. The category page is, standard upload from WordPress.org. What they put in the site is uncategorized. You might have to have different categories for different things. If you click this page, for instance, this page will have a slug, a description, and this is literally something that you could, you could add to the top level of your sitemap and your main menu. Some people even prefer to not even utilize this at all, but just post in their actual, their actual menu bar, the two most recent posts. After every other day, they'll take those posts down and they'll put new posts up. That's just a different type of way of blogging, but it's still effective. So the first thing you're going to want to do to submit the sitemap to Search Console is come down here to Sitemaps. You're going to have a couple different options with this. The sitemap underscore index.xml is one way to divide up the sitemaps between your pages, your posts, authors. If you're running a WooCommerce site, like an e-commerce site through WordPress, then that would also be your category pages for your products. And then obviously all the products would link in the post, link to those pages for like post sitemap, and obviously the WooCommerce, the product category sitemaps. So it helps in getting better indexing. The other way that you can find it is there's a nifty tool that I use. Is called SEO Quake. This is by SEMrush. And then so you can come over here and scroll down to where you see the sitemap, the XML sitemaps. This is the shorter version of it. Basically, your choice in this is that if you have under 50,000 pages in posts in total or product pages, you'll want to use this version of it, the sitemap.xml, versus this version of it, which is the sitemap_index XML. You can also customize this a lot more if you want to utilize this in Search Console. But we'll come back over here, take a copy of this. We'll go into Search Console, and then what you're going to want to do is go to Sitemaps. You'll see your website name. It'll be grayed out. It'll ask you to enter the trailing URL slug. You would enter this, and then you would hit Submit. Sitemap submitted successfully. Google will process it. So this will take some time, obviously, to get through with Google crawling all the pages. As you see here, it picked up the other one. It says in there that it's discovered 3 pages. If you click in here, you know the page setup, for instance, 2 pages discovered. See indexing. These will actually pop up blue once they're available. It takes some time, but that's how you submit a sitemap to Google, and some things to consider in the process based on what you're going to be using the site for. I could say for a lot of small business sites out there that are service based, you're going to want mainly your pages and your post obviously submitted in there. You don't want to just include a bunch of different authors. Let's say, you know, Terry and Joe and Mike blogging for the company. You might want to just do it all under your brand name, so the authors being turned on is definitely not going to be something that's overly viable in a situation like that, but you could still do it if you want. Just keep in mind that the Google crawl budget is still very real, and what that means is that the bigger the site is, the longer that Google will actually take to crawl through all the pages, because they give every site a certain amount of a budget to crawl and index inside their search engines. The lower page count sites, 20, 30 pages, a lot of local business sites, they're not going to have really a huge problem with the crawl budget as much as something like a Walmart.com or an Amazon.com or something of that nature. I hope this video has been helpful for somebody out there. I really enjoyed making it, and I wish everybody here a lovely day. Thank you.